and they had a female voice for it. So it was like, oh, the female voice is the bad character, so we can't have that. It's a fucking robot, dude.
Yeah, no, to me,
like.
See, but I agree with Winnie because the problem is, it's not even just that, Winnie. It's like, I mean, as people were calling it, it's like the Tumblr generation of hypersensitive. We can make comments to you, but you can't say shit to us, and if you do, we have the power to stop you. And to me, it's like, I agree with what you're saying 100%. There's no such thing as equality in the sense of where is the defining point where it's at? Where do we stop, really? Like, we have the idea of what we should be doing with each other, but the thing is that it won't happen because people are too selfish. And she's right. Like, they do want that victim so that way they can feel special because people want to feel special. People don't like the idea of saying, oh, I'm like every other Joe because that means I'm an idiot. And people are taught today to be one person, singular, working for themselves more than being more than that.
Well,
and that's
like,
the part.
There's a tolerance culture.
Sorry.
It's that says that, you have to be tolerant of everybody, this, that, or the other. But in doing that, they're being non-tolerant to everybody else.
Exactly.
And it's so backwards. And it's like, I don't want to say that like everybody that's part of this movement is a bad person, but they have good intentions, but we all know how good intentions work out. They don't.
Actually, that's never true. That's never always a true thing. When somebody says somebody has good intentions, that's always the precursor to I'm about to do something fucking
that's a cop out. That's no offense.
Well, they have good intentions, but
right?
they're doing bad things with it. They're going way too far with it. If they would just promote equality instead of promoting everything else has to be equal, then that would be different.
Well, no, if they were promoting equality and not individualism, because that's what that is.
Right.
It's like, hey, let's look at just single things and then pick them out because we want this person to feel special, or we want to do this so that person feels special. It's like, stop. This is why kids today are so self-entitled, and I'm sorry, this is where I'm going to go off on this part of rant. There's so many people who think the world owes them. For what? What did you ever fucking do besides being born
American? Sorry.
I know. What part do you think you need to ask your parents for $100 when you're a fucking kid? What do you buy besides the crack and the milk that you fucking drink every day?
Crack and milk, huh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that one.
Dude, what kind of household do you grow up in?
I don't know.
Just
It's
kidding.
like
Just kidding.
everybody
kidding, I
is
know
so
that story.
emotional, and it's funny because I'm not a very emotional person. Like I have two emotions: hungry and pissed off. That's it. But it's like everybody's like, oh my god, this, that, or the other. I'm just like, what? Like I literally will see bad things happen to people, and I'm just like, okay, I prepared for this situation. This is how we go do it, and that's it. I don't have that kind of emotion anymore. Like I don't see the big deal in things, and that makes me the weirdo. I'm just like,
because you're jaded or you're callous.
How am I weird by living in the real world? By assessing the situation and doing things. Like, I don't get pissed off because a video game character is not an androgynous and you can't pick whether it's male or female. I don't care about that. I was like, when I play a video game, I'm playing the video game. I'm in it. If I'm playing an RPG, that's me. I pick a character in WoW, I'm that character until, I don't role play that shit, but I'm that guy. That's me. It doesn't matter if it's a female or a dude. It's like, which one, just pick the one whose butt looks better to you. I don't care, do your own thing.
Dude, Fallout 4, dude's butt look way better than
everybody
chicks.
nowadays is so
I know.
PC,
When you play
and
7 Days to Die, Wayne, we all got ripped abs in that game.
Hey, it's not like Rust where everyone's mandangle or like chesticles are hanging out. You know what I mean?
Like we have 6-pack abs in that game because we work all day.
Yeah, hey, our miners are working hard.
Okay, I thought that sentence was going so weird. I thought it was
Our
a different.
minors.
Yeah, I was like, why are miners working?
Oh,
like
jeez.
this? I know.
Child labor laws.
The mine shaft actually like mining. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, never mind.
But on 7 Days to Die,
that's the
we're all
thing,
fit.
and
I
if you're
still
not,
go with my statement from last week's Gamergate stuff. It would be just like taking Diablo and saying monsters are offensive, and then they take out every obstacle in the game, and now you're just farming chests and doing trade missions.
Well,
That's
my problem is that Gamergate is preventing a lot of new games from being the way they want to be. Like game developers will see that if Gamergate people go into their forums or their chat rooms and just throw salt everywhere, then it's going to look bad for the game. It doesn't matter if there's a huge fan base. When you have 10,000 people or whatever, they go into a fan base of 1 million people and all they do is post salt all day, it's going to look bad. So they're going to try and make the game different to appeal to everybody. But in doing that, you're going to lose the point of whatever the game is. and you're doing a lot more harm than you are helping. And who cares if the pixels look like a dude or if they look like a chick?
I think I want them to keep going the route that they're going, because if they keep this sourpuss attitude, no one will take them seriously. Like realistically, like that what's that Facebook group that's technically it's like a parody group when people are talking trash about smoking and tattoos. Like obviously it's a joke, but you know what? It wasn't always a joke. It's just because people actually believe that. People actually talk like that.
Oh yeah, the one where they make like this guy injected one marijuana and
yeah, exactly. And like honestly, if they stay on this road, this just negative, nothing, saying all the things that you can't do versus the things that you can collaborate and work with, and
just to eat bullying. That's all what this really is.
Exactly. And then if they keep going on this route, they're digging their own graves. And go for it.
Let me put it this way. Part of the industry I work in, there's a group of girls who are basically Tumblr kids. And when we crossed paths, the first reaction of one of them was, when I said, hey, do you want to work together and let's, put some content together? The first immediate response of that person was, oh, you're self-entitled by talking to me. I'm like, I was just asking, do you want to work together? Because that's how this industry works, is collaboration. And she went to her friend because she thought her friend wouldn't say anything, but it turns out her friend was a good friend of mine, and she told me what they were saying, and I was going like, why? And then like they create this group of where they feel special because they're high-dressed, high-maintenance people. They act like they're the best and take all those photos of like every selfie person, like I'm on the cutting trend, I'm this and that. But then they have no point when they contradict themselves in doing so. And to me, that's kind of one of those things where this is where Gamergate is where it turns into this bullying section. Like the people I know is where they kind of bully other people because they act like they have power, and that's where Gamergate gets when people feed it. Like I just put a little link in there in the chat so you can see it. It's a Gamergate in 60 seconds, and it explains Gamergate to people. So if they don't know, they can see that. But it's just these ideas that people come up with and these concepts of what they presume people are like is kind of the stupid thing, and that's where Gamergate is getting off wrong. It's like, Weenie, what you're saying is they're not helping support a situation to say, hey, we need to be open. The fact that gamers or people who create games should be open to it and let the people decide, because in the end, people will say, I like it for this reason, I like it for that reason. It's like Star Wars. You either have people who love like the number who love 7 more than they love 4, 5, and 6, and then you have people who love 1, 2, and 3 more than they love the others. And it's all based off it. But the biggest thing was when I heard people say 7 is way better than 4, 5, and 6, and I ask them why, and the first thing out of their mouth is because it gets rid of the misogynistic ideas that they have. I'm like, well, it was like made during like the 70s and 80s. Like, they're not going to be as progressive as now. But you don't have to beat up on something because it doesn't fit what you feel it should fit. This is how we've made our whole entire country, and that we're progressing. But the problem is we don't progress because people like you make the slow march of, let's beat people up and make them feel salty more than let's enlighten them and educate them to help them do more.
Well, Godblade, stop messaging me. This is the problem with Skype.
Someone mail her more drinks. Weenie, apparently you need more balls in your life.
No, I got enough balls, more than I can handle right now. Thank you.
All right,
are we
done with Gamergate now? Are we finished Rage for this?
I think so.
this week?
Well, no, check the video. Check the video what I put up there. It's pretty funny.
Here, I'll end this conversation on a lighter note. What kind of train eats too much? The choo-choo train. Okay, now we're good.
Gamergate is a consumer boycott and a call for ethics reform in game industry media. Evidence comes up that a writer at Kotaku gave a game.
Yeah, pause. All right, cool.
I have a joke, but it's not as good as her joke.
You wish you were Maurice.
You're gonna have to turn up the volume on that.
Okay, Dad.
favorable coverage because of a relationship he had. Kotaku says that this isn't true. More evidence comes
Mr.
out proving
LT
otherwise,
ripped
and
3
people
streamers
deny
weenies
that's
getting
fine.
angry.
Show support, using the Twitter hashtag Gamergate. In
Alright.
response, Kotaku
Yep.
and many other sites
Scary.
published 14 different
I can't even
articles,
talk when
all
I'm
saying the
angry. I
same
just
thing.
make
Gamers are
sounds
dead.
and grunts.
Wow, do they not know how
People
to
declare
record?
boycott on
Jesus
these
fuck.
sites and begin contacting their advertisers. To fight the stereotype, the hashtag #NotYourShield is made because minorities like myself hate having game journalists.
I slept
speak
with
for
the
us,
fan on
especially
and
since some
my
of them
like
are
lips
racist.
cracked
Reddits or
overnight.
gaming start
They
censoring
hurt.
all forms of Gamergate discussion. Even 4chan censors Gamergate. This leads to a mass migration to a
Even
different
4chan
website. Feminist
censors
scholar Christina
Gamergate.
Summers releases a video debunking the idea that video games make people sexist. Game sites call her a conservative. She's a Democrat. Milo Yiannopoulos leaks emails from a private Google group called Game Journals Pro, proving that game journalists collude to shape narratives. She's also exposed to more
Ginky,
shows
there's
like
a
Minecraft. Not wanting to
reverb
associate with
echo
such hacks,
for you, I
one by
think.
one advertisers start to pull out, with the latest one being
Oh, is this like a whole bunch of stuff crammed into 1 minute?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that better?
I think so. Like I could vaguely hear it. I was like, where is that
and
coming
one
from?
last thing. If you hear anyone say
Yeah, I was
Gamergate
just-
is
I was
harassment
just
or
trying to hear
misogyny,
it. My bad.
laugh in their stupid face and
Yeah, I
remind
was
them that
trying
we
to hear it too.
donated
Hold on,
more
let
than
me double check this real
$70,000
quick.
to help women make video games, and no game
Do we
site
have her?
would talk about it.
Ooh. Ooh, burn. Ooh, burn. Anyway. Alright, after that I'm done. Let's move on.
Oh, you
Here we
guys-
go. Blizzard
me
versus
pretty
hackers.
right now?
Say what?
You guys can hear me pretty good right now, right?
Yeah, you're right.
All right, because I just manually set it. It was maxed out in auto setting for my microphone.
Rip. Anyway,
Yeah.
talking about Blizzard is going to take legal action against a hacking company, and for reasons we're not going to say what hacking company. You guys can look this up on your own. I don't promote hacking companies, and that's why I'm not going to say their name. Anyway, there's a hacking company that has been making bots off of Blizzard games for a while. They've been making bots for Heroes of the Storm, for World of Warcraft, and then recently they just released a hack that you pay $10 for or $15 for a month. It lets you see every character on the map in Overwatch. You could basically, it's like having walls or chams or whatever you want to call them in Overwatch. I mean,
Like Widowmaker's alt
yeah,
constant.
all the time, or
Yeah.
you know, Hanzo's shift, which I think
Oh,
is
yeah,
a broken,
yeah,
broken
yeah.
mechanic in the first place. But basically, you can see everybody, including your teammates, which is helpful. And again, it is hacking. It is cheating. And Blizzard is saying that because of this company, that they are suing for lost revenue and for copyright infringement because they're using the Warden is Blizzard's anti-hack
Security system.
Yeah, anti-hack security system. And basically, since they broke that, in order to break that, they have to use it and use the coding from that. So it's basically copyright infringement. The issue that they've had recently with Overwatch is just another one on the long list. The people from the hacking company have come out and said, go ahead, try and sue us. We've won all of our lawsuits in the past against Blizzard. Of course, these lawsuits were in other countries because the hacking company is from another country. So this time, Blizzard has filed paperwork in I believe, California, because they're going to have a court date in Southern California somewhere. And they feel like they're going to be more effective in winning this case because of the way the laws are written in the state of California versus the way they were written in Europe when they tried to sue before.
They ended up settling.
They settled, but
yeah.
it's another one of those things where we don't have a precedent and we don't have jurisdiction on these hacking companies.
With this specific company though, I've had issues with Blizzard. World of Warcraft, I used to make add-ons with a friend. We made this entire system called OQ, which used their API call with Battle.net itself to connect all the servers, so people can, instead of just saying looking for group, it was looking for group across all the servers. Blizzard knew this. They actually ended up implementing it in this last expansion, and they completely killed us off. It was, anyways. So when we did this, we were using their the API call, which they ended up changing.
Right.
And Warden at this point had been shut down for a while, and it had always had issues because it is an automated system. And when they let a lot of people go before this last expansion, they had to turn it back on again because they were understaffed. And then when they did that, I don't think they changed anything with it because it's extremely outdated.
Right.
And